Breaking immigration news, USCIS is expanding eligibility for Afghans who are seeking humanitarian parole. According to the new guidance, USCIS will consider individuals who can demonstrate that they're part of a group that's been systematically targeted. This is something that was not necessarily considered previously, as individuals had to demonstrate that they would suffer an individualized targeting or harm to themselves, and they were supposed to provide credible third-party evidence naming them as an individual who would be subject to harm. They've also expanded the criteria for what is considered to be strong evidence. This can include evidence of country conditions showing the targeting of a specific group that the individual claims they're part of, as well as evidence that the individual belongs to that group and that persecutors are likely to know that they are a part of that group. Most importantly, adjudicators are urged to consider whether an applicant actually has access to international protection programs. Adjudicators also need to consider whether the applicant is in a place where there is a threat of deportation back to Afghanistan, as well as their standard of living there and their legal status. Now, USCIS confirmed to CBS News that these changes have been put into effect, and they have reviewed their humanitarian parole policy as a result of the influx of applications that have come from Afghan nationals. If these policy changes are enacted the way that they should be, this could potentially help tens of thousands of Afghans get the protection that they need. But this is all going to come down to how USCIS actually applies these new policies with respect to these applications. USCIS also confirmed that the reason there has been such a delay in processing cases is due to the sheer volume of applications that they've received. They also confirmed there are about 90 officers reviewing these applications. USCIS has also indicated that the delay is in part to the fact that Afghans who are living in Afghanistan don't have access to a U.S. embassy in order to process and finalize humanitarian parole. However, many people are urging USCIS to waive the processing at an embassy or consulate or do them remotely. And there's been a significant backlash against USCIS with how they're treating Afghan humanitarian parole applicants in comparison to Ukrainian humanitarian parole applicants. Ukrainian humanitarian parole applicants do not need to submit the substantial evidence that Afghans have been required to submit. They don't have to pay a filing fee for the application, and their cases are being processed very quickly. USCIS has denied that there's been disparate treatment, but the numbers really speak for itself. There's over 50,000 humanitarian parole applications for Afghans, the vast majority of which have not been decided. And of those that have been decided, only a few hundred have actually been approved in comparison to the thousands that have been denied. This new policy, however, should help those who are presently waiting for their applications to be approved, as well as future applicants. For more immigration news and information, feel free to follow us on Instagram and TikTok.